So my name is Connor Larkin. I'm the Curriculum Manager for Science at Glasgow Clyde College. So the biggest thing that our Practitioner Award did for us at Glasgow Clyde College was getting us to rethink how skills can be embedded within our curriculum. So at the moment, they're very much designed for delivering the SQA curriculum that we have, and now we can think, actually, how do they build in with industry standards? How do they build in with the jobs and the employment that our students are going to focus on later on? So what we did in our project was to build a set of resources that are now available through the Learning Lab to allow centres to be able to deliver training for the lab tech competition, but also to be able to embed it in their curriculum for benchmarking and pressure testing to allow for students to be able to test their competencies in the different areas within laboratory science. So in terms of the key outcomes and our learning from the project, the most important thing I think is that by the students completing these activities, we've seen an increase in their confidence. So their confidence to get into the lab, to tackle something new that they've not done before, to be given an industry realistic procedure and an industry realistic task, and to be able to tackle it without having the specific knowledge that they would need to do that. So we give them all of the information that they would need at the time, and then they just need to implement that as they go through. So that was a really big outcome for us. The other big outcome was the CPD module that we developed, the continuing professional development module that we developed for staff, looking at precision medicine. And again, we were able to get staff to think how they could embed that in their teaching. So how they could bring that into their curriculum so that they're able to give their students some advice on careers that the students can do, but also to have a think about how the current technologies that are available can be implemented in their curriculum. So in terms of the sustainable impact that the project has had, it's really allowed us to rethink our curriculum. So going forward, we're going to be able to incorporate the activities that we've developed in our project in order to be able to allow us to get more benchmarking for our students, test them on the skills rather than on the theory. A lot of our focus at the moment is on the theory of things, but actually they don't get very much feedback on how they're performing at a practical level on their skills. So going forward, that's going to allow us to get the students and staff to rethink how they think about practical activities, and then to be able to allow our students to understand that these are industry standard skills and practices that they are developing, so that they've got that career end goal in mind as to what they're going to end up doing. So in terms of the unintended benefits from the project, I think one of the most important things was the realization of staff that this is not something extra that we're asking people to do. It's getting people to just rethink how they deliver their curriculum to have skills embedded in what they are actually doing. The great thing is that the resources are already there. There's lots of templates, there's lots of exemplars available. So if you want to do another activity, it's going to be really easy for centres to be able to apply what we've done in the 3 activities that are already there to their activity that they want to do. Then upload the resources to the benchmarking in the Learning Lab and give that feedback to students, because that's a really important part of the cycle for the students to get feedback on what they're doing. So yeah, really, really important to think that it's not extra work that you have to do, it's just rethinking what you're already doing.